KJC, Crazy Jimmy here with you with a video. I know it's been a little while, and I apologize for that. I just have not had the motivation recently to make videos. I've been spending more time listening to music and just kind of cataloging and getting this room set up. Still a ways to go at this room for sure, but been putting my energy into that. But I will have some videos popping up here this week, so definitely stay tuned for that. This particular video is going to be some more centered around like cheap heat and stuff I like that might not be so cheap, but just some things that I recently got that I love, that I want to share with you, that span across many different genres, like lo-fi, indie pop, indie rock, some psych, some 60s, early 70s psych, of course, definitely rare, like indie rock for sure, mentioned that already, some singer-songwriter folk or acid folk, got a little of that, and some straight ahead 70s AM gold pop, which is always a big thing for me. Always loved that genre as well. So I'll share some of that with you. That first song you heard, by the way, this is definitely part of Cheap Heat. That song there that you just heard was by Foxx, and it's on this album here. It's called The Revolt of Emily Young. And this is 1970. It was actually recorded in 1969, released in 1970 on the Decca label. I will show you the labels here. But this is really surprised me. This album really shocked me on how good it was. Normally, you know, records can be inexpensive for a reason. There's the Decca label. This was sealed, by the way. Of course, I popped the seal. As records are meant to be played, although I do have sealed records that I'll probably never open, only because I have a player copy, but it's more of a collectible thing for those. But, you know, if I don't have it, I'm going to probably open it and play it. But this is the back. And the beauty of this particular album, this is a concept album, basically from Emily in her life, and, you know, when she became a teen, you know, what happened to her with drugs, and what it did to her, and how she kind of ran away from home, and at the end of the day died from a drug overdose, what it sounds like. So it's very, very, very pretty things. If you like the pretty things, SF Sorrow, Parachute, that era, a little bit of the Byrds, a little bit of CSNY. I mean, CSNY more for the harmonies. And look at this cover. I mean, it's just so psych. Really love this cover. Really love this album. The fact that this album is so inexpensive and easy to get is just blows my mind. I don't get it. This is as good to me. And I love SF Sorrow. I love Parachute by the Pretty Things. But this is as good. I listen to this now as much as I listen to those. So it's take my word for it, it's that good. There's really not a duffer in this set list or this track list. So just overall phenomenal record. Sound quality is really good. This is basically one guy, Pepper Martin, and I'm sorry, two guys, Buzz Casson is Foxx, but Pepper Martin's the singer. So Buzz kind of wrote the music along with a few songs by Pepper Martin, but Pepper sings, and it's his vocals that are just so, you know, such a delight. I love that vocal style that Pepper puts out. So just a, you know, top notch pop psych album. You owe it to yourself to get out and just get this while it's inexpensive. 1970. So that was that one. I hope you enjoyed the clip. Okay, that was a track by the Strapping Field Hands, and it's from their last full-length album Waddle and Daub, however you want to pronounce it. This is 1996 on Shangri-La. The song you heard was Sound Shapes, and I'll show you the sleeve and the back. This is recommended if you love like Guided by Voices and Pavement and Tom Waits. So if you like Tom Waits as well, you will really dig the Strapping Field Hands. This is the label on the Shangri-La record company, which also put out like albums by the Grifters, whom I also love. A 90s, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s indie rock band. But this, Sound Shapes is just a great song. That was the clip I played before this. But really, side A is okay. Side B is where it's at, though, for me. Lunar Diversions, Blue Kangaroo, Sound Shapes, Settled Kayak Odyssey. I mean, those songs all in a row are just amazing. Rose Seed, and it ends with Abandoned by Demeter. Just a great, flawless side. Side A is a little more uneven, but there's still some great tracks on side A. But side B is what really made this album for me. And it's why I keep coming back to it over and over and over again. I never get sick of it. So just highest recommendations. Again, if you love Guided by Voices, Tom Waits, and a little bit of Pavement in your life, you cannot go wrong with the Strapping Field Hands, any of their albums. Even Discus before this I think Discus was 94. Phenomenal album. Okay, what you just heard there was this band here, Flake Music from Arizona. And if you're thinking that sounded a lot like the Shins, you would be correct. This is actually the Shins prior to them changing their name. So the Shins started out as the band Flake, and then changed their name. It was Flake in 93, and then changed their name to Flake Music in 96, I want to say. This here is 1997's full length, their first full length, called Flake Music, and the title is When You Land Here, It's Time to Return, and it's on the Omnibus label. It's just this really small, like, privately pressed label. You can see there, Flake Music 97, right there. This is the original album, original cover on Omnibus, which is right there. Now, they did re-release this. James Mercer, who's the singer for Flake Music and the Shins, of course, does all the writing as well. Didn't love the sound, I guess, the production on this original. So they went back into the studio and redid the tracks and released this in 2013. Same album. The album artwork's a little different, as you can see. And the songs sound a little different. So this is a little more updated. This was released on, I want to say, polyvinyl or Sub Pop. It's got a nice embossed lettering there. Now, which one do I prefer? Well, I'm a collector. I prefer, not only do I prefer the sound on the first one, I kind of disagree with James on that. I actually like it better on the original. But I still, yeah, but it's collectible. So, I mean, this one here was limited on this orange marble, and it's re-recorded. It sounds good. The production, yeah, might be a little better, but I'm a lo-fi guy, so there's the James Mercer and the band there when they were super young. I mean, that's a young Shins right there. So I believe this is 3 of the 4 members from the Shins. So they changed their name in, 98? I want to say. I think it was 1998. They changed their name from Flake Music to the Shins, and the rest was history, and they really broke it big out of Arizona. So they, unfortunately, Flake Music didn't break them big, but, I actually like this better than the Shins. Be honest, my wife is a big Shins fan, and I like the Shins, but the Shins, it's a little more polished than I like, and I'm more in line with this this ragged, more kind of more distorted, dirty style of playing music. So, and that's what you get here with Flake Music. So there's the original there. But seek it out. I played you a track here before this that, there's so many good songs on it. It's recommended if you like the Shins, obviously, but also Apples and Stereo and the Beatles. So if you like Elephant Six sounding, that sound, that movement back, that they did from Georgia and parts of Denver and Louisiana, that Elephant Six crowd that took the Beatles and the Beach Boys and psyched it out for the 90s. Flake Music will bring that to mind as well.
It's not conditions. visions. They're not even worth their weight in tears. After some years, no one came around. This time we'll be around to see the ceiling, great sorrow. This time we'll slowly find the same old voices, race tomorrow, breaking, cracking, gossiping away like the days of the blues and crying away like the days of the blues and crying. You have made your mark on holy ground. Now you can't be found. Love will take you down. Love will take you down. Love will take you down.
Okay, that was a track from the Keene brothers, and if they look familiar there, they should. That's Robert Pollard with the gray hair right there from Guided by Voices, and that's Tommy Keene right there. And they collabed on this called, Blues and Boogie Shoes from 2006. There's the cool little label. I love that circle because it looks like when it's spinning on the spindle there, it looks like it's kind of hanging off of it. It's pretty cool. But this is really, if you love like The Who, REM, and Big Star, kind of throw that all in a blender. Of course, Tommy Keene's work as well. You will absolutely love this. This is one of Pollard's better side albums, and he did quite a few. I think he did one with Mac called Go Back Snowball. He did one with Doug Gillard, which is also phenomenal. Pollard wrote all the songs on this. Tommy Keene did not write the songs, but Tommy Keene handled the production and the guitar work. So that chiming, Big Star-esque guitar work that, that Big Star really pushed to the fore with that trebly chiming 12-string sound without the 12-string really is here for sure. And that track I played before this was called Island of Lucy's, I believe. And I'm sorry, was it? No, it was what? I can't even read my own writing. Anyways, whatever. You'll just love this, especially if you love like the Who, early Who, but definitely has some Big Star tinges in there as well, and some REM. So this one's not cheap. This is not cheap heat, but then again, nothing Pollard put out back then was cheap. I think they only pressed like 1,000 of these, so it's kind of hard to come by, but really worth it. This was sealed. I even broke the seal on it just to play it, so cool stuff.
People gonna take your picture anyway. distant shore. I'm not worried anymore. So sing the songs you feel today. Don't let your music lose its way. If it's a matter of time, why hesitate? I'm not worried anyway. No, 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 no.
All right, that track you just heard was by Scott Hardy Bernie. Word of Mouth is the name of the album, and that song was I'm Not Worried, which is track 2 on side 2. There. Kind of, this thing's getting in my way. But there's the back. There's the front. This is a privately pressed album. This guy's out of Delaware. I want to say this is privately pressed. 1976 folk, singer-songwriter folk, acid folk, a little bit of freak folk on here, but primarily really good singer-songwriter folk. 1976. I do not believe this was in the Acid Archives. I think it was overlooked. It should be, for sure. But I believe this guy also was in a band in the late 70s as well that put out one album, kind of like a countryish bluegrass alternative country album. But this is really where it's at here. I hope you enjoyed that track there I led off with, because that is really indicative of this whole album. This is pretty inexpensive. You could probably get this for, between 40 and 60 depending on condition. So it's not something that's going to break the bank, and highly, highly worth it for sure if you like your 1970s singer-songwriter folk with a little bit of a twist.
Looks like a winner to me. A beautiful melody. You mean looks like a winner for you, winner for me. Wouldn't you like to sleep hours and hours? Dance in a field and get soaked in the shower. Wouldn't you like to be free? I have the key. I'll do what you do and you can be me. If you believe, I believe we can do it. Try really hard and you'll find we can do it. I know you'd like to be free and dream and sleep. I'll dream I'm happy and you can be me. You, me, looks like a winner to me. A beautiful melody. You, me, looks like a winner for you, a winner for me. You, me, looks like a winner.
All right, got two more for you. That track there was by this band here, Procession, on the Smash label. And this is really, really, really good pop psych. And I can tell you, one of the members from this band went on to play with Manfred Mann, possibly even form Manfred Mann. I forgot who it was, but it's one of these guys. There's the back. There's the front. Super psych cover. This is the US cover, which is actually more psych than the UK cover. The UK cover is not as cool. It's just a picture of them on the front with like a black backdrop. This is a white label promo on the Smash label. You really can't go wrong with the Smash label. This album is very, very left bank for sure. That Walk Away Renee type pop psych. 1969, that sweet spot. Which was such a great year for releases. But this is definitely cheap heat. I would categorize this as cheap heat. So if you love pop psych, you like the snippet I played prior to this, definitely want to go seek this out while it is kind of inexpensive. The US pressing sounds great, so you don't need to break the bank for a UK pressing of Procession. last but not least, that was Pilot. And I think you all know Pilot from the song Magic, but they were so much more than magic. I got to tell you, they were a lot more than magic. Here's the USA press. This is an original pressing of the USA. Here's an original pressing of the UK. The big difference here is US was just self-titled and the UK was titled from the album of the same name. They're both on the EMI label there. They both sound great. I think the UK press sounds a little better, but I'm a big hype sticker guy, so of course you see a hype sticker, I've never met a hype sticker I don't love. But don't shy away from Pilot because you think they're just some cheesy 70s band. This is really top notch, and I actually love all their albums in the 70s, right up to More in Heights. And I even like the solo stuff that was put out as well by some of the band members. Just a little history on Pilot. David Patton and Billy Lyall were the first incarnation of the Bay City Rollers. So they kind of were in that band, didn't like what was going on there, didn't like how they were being managed. So they went ahead and dumped that and formed Pilot. And out of the ashes of that came some really amazing Beatlesque albums for sure. Kind of reminds me of like ELO and the Beatles, kind of thrown into a blender. Billy Lyall also released a fantastic solo album in the 70s you need to seek out. Super Cheap Heat there. All these Pilot albums are inexpensive, so if you like the Beatles, you like and you like ELO, you really can't go wrong here. Is everything up to the standards of Magic? Not everything, but these albums are solid from start to finish. You're not going to sit there and want to get up and pick up the stylus and move it. It really does keep you engaged with really good, well-written AM Gold sounds that I know I love. So hopefully you guys can, if you don't love it yet, get into it. So, and there's definitely some psych going on with these Pilot albums too. So Magic is even a little psychedelic, especially those verses. But anyways, hey, thanks for watching this video. More to follow. Please, if you like what you're hearing and seeing and watching, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please comment any comments you have. If there's anything you never heard of, which I find hard to believe, but there might be a few things you haven't heard of in this particular video, let me know what you think. And if you're going to go out and get it now based on my recommendations, I'd love to hear that sort of stuff. So again, thanks for watching. Crazy Jimmy out.